We've got a number of different propositions live across the world now. So RSA is a global insurer and a global motor insurer at the same time. So we, in recognition of that, so we created a Centre of Excellence at Telematics officially about 3 years ago. So we now have a team of 13 people that are full-time looking at and understanding how we can use telematics in order to benefit us in terms of writing more profitable business and taking customer-centric propositions to market in each of our different parts of the world. We've done most of that today in the UK. So we've got 2 young driver products live in the UK where we're using a traditional black box as the device. And those businesses are growing fantastically. We've also launched propositions in Canada, Scandinavia, in Ireland. Whilst we owned them, we had businesses in Italy and Russia which also launched telematics products. So we're gathering a huge amount of insight and learning right across the group, because we see, bearing in mind probably 1/3 of our profit and written businesses in motor, we absolutely have to be all over it. We see and believe absolutely that telematics is a part of the future for us. So we need to understand it. We need to understand how best to use that data. And that's absolutely the mentality and the ethos that we've got going on in the group at the moment. Did a presentation today and that was really absolutely focused on mobile and how we're using that. I see mobile as a fantastic opportunity to take telematics to, particularly in the UK, other parts of the market. So telematics in the UK is effectively for young drivers. And we're doing it in the UK using professionally fitted black boxes, which are very expensive. Now, as soon as you come out of young drivers, premiums drop off massively. So if you think average premium in the UK is something like £300 or £400, we simply cannot afford to go and spend £150, £200 on a device to go in and install for those customers, because we just haven't got the margin. There is no margin. Whereas mobile gives us the opportunity, because it is much lower cost. So take away that £200 and call it £25. Yes, that now becomes interesting. No, we probably can't give it to everybody, because even at a £300 premium, putting £25 additional expense in makes it very, very difficult, unless you've got the proposition really right, to make some money. But if you're looking at 500 plus, 500 to 1,000 space in terms of premium, then mobile is important, and we're absolutely investing time, effort and energy and a little bit of money into understanding how do we take advantage of that. So a lot of the propositions that we've launched over the past 12 to 18 months, in the countries that I've just mentioned, we've used mobile as the device. Now there's lots of challenges that mobile presents. One, don't necessarily know that it's in the car that we're insuring. So other solutions around, the hybrid solution where it's connecting to another device that's installed in the vehicle, takes away a lot of the issues that a standalone app presents. But app has got a future, 100%, whether it's connecting to something else, whether it's on its own, whether it's connecting to the car, and we're investing that time and effort to understand how we make best use of that capability. So one of the challenges that I think we've had in terms of taking telematics outside of its existing heartland in the UK, which is young drivers, is trying to come up with propositions that work for customers. So if you think about telematics, to a degree, as a bit of an exchange in information and value. So customers giving up some information on them, so giving up some privacy, saying, look, you can have this information on me, you can have this data, you can know this much more about me than you would do otherwise. What am I going to get in return? And at the moment in the UK, it's a lower premium. So I'm giving you my data, I get a cheaper premium in return. Now, as I've just mentioned, that doesn't work in all areas of the market, because we can't afford to give that return. Because if again, at the lower premium space, I just haven't got that margin to play with to give you 20, 30% off your premium, which I probably can do in the young driver space. So then it becomes around, so what's the proposition? What is it that I'm offering the customer that makes them want to buy into a telematics product? And that's where things like connecting up some of the pieces of the value chain become interesting, Nobody's necessarily doing it quite yet. I mean, there's one or two, particularly where they're tying up things like roadside recovery. So, if through this proposition, if your car breaks down, I'll know where you are. If I'm collecting some diagnostic information out of the vehicle, I'll know what the problem with the vehicle is. I'll know how to get your car repaired most effectively. Do I send a recovery truck because I know that I can't repair it on site? Or can I repair it on site and I'll just send a repair van and get you up and running again? So it's trying to tie in different elements and trying to address some of the problems that the consumer might have. And that might be from a claims point of view. So tying up some of the points in my supply chain. So if I know an accident's happened, I'll know where on the car it's happened. I should probably know what the impact is and therefore how much damage has probably been caused. Can I then start to talk to my garage network around, okay, before you even see the car, I can tell you how much damage there is on the car, what parts you're going to need to go away and order, how long it's probably going to take you to repair it, and I can deliver that information back to the customer to put them more in control of what's going to happen when their car suddenly disappears into a garage. So there's definite opportunities, and it is important. Not easy to get all those pieces tying up together for integration, cost, etc. But it's certainly something that's worthwhile investing time and effort into explore. I think one of the challenges, particularly from the insurance space, has been, we are relying today on a device to collect data, and that's an aftermarket device. A device that we're either going to install or we're asking a customer to download something onto their phone. Where it has been a challenge, if I'm honest, to get to is how do we bring insurance and the car manufacturing world together? Because we can all see a future, and the car manufacturers will talk about a future where they're collecting this data anyway, and some of them already are. It looks different between each of those manufacturers, but ultimately they're collecting a lot of the data today that we're collecting out of a black box. Where we haven't quite got the connection yet is us as insurers working with those manufacturers so that we can start to take propositions to market. Again, some in small areas for particular new vehicles it is happening. So there are some partnerships starting to occur. We'll start to see more of that, and it's events like this that kind of bring the motoring world together with the insurance world to get those conversations happening much more effectively. Really, really good. It's refreshing to get to an event where there are so many vehicle manufacturers here. You just look down on the event floor, and we've actually got vehicles, actual cars here demonstrating capability. You don't often say, I go to a lot of insurance telematics events, and it's insurers, it's brokers, it's technology players. It's not vehicle manufacturers demonstrating the capability that they're now creating, so that the likes of ourselves can start to engage in that and understand, okay, so how can we take that capability, how can we work together to produce something that's of benefit to both of us, but also we can take to our customers and we all win. So it's having conversations with those guys, really, really valuable, and this event is enabling that to happen.